I can't look back, it's too late now. My days are hours and I don't know how, but I believe the great is still yet to come. I won't stop fighting, man, until I'm done.
Hello and welcome to the 87th Breakfast Ball. I'm your host, Bob Cardia. Thank you for watching. If you like what we're doing, please smash that subscribe button. Also, if you comment, I love the breakfast ball in the comment section, of course, you're going to be eligible to get in the drawing to win a free Starbucks gift card. Anyway, folks, happy Labor Day weekend. Hope you're enjoying it with your family and friends. I know that we are. We had a nice trip down to the lake yesterday. Thank you for all the fam and the friends that came down to see us. So today's topic, just so you know, is master your reactions. I've been watching a little bit lately. Quotes from Stoic philosophers, which sounds really exciting, I'm sure, but it's amazing, folks. If you go back, nearly 2,000 years, 1,900 years or so, like the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, like some of the quotes that they had, some of those emperors, they're amazing. Like if you lived your life this way, you would be a better and a stronger person. So, right now I'm working with a player. She's great. She's got the net in her backyard now. She's hitting golf balls. She's taking a real passion for the game. I think she really wants to be, a player that takes her game to the next level. And one of the things that we talk about is working in small, chewable bites. Mastering what's in front of you. It's interesting when you watch somebody that has a little bit of talent who's come a pretty far way, and they start to get upset. Not easily, but upset. More than they probably should be with out lack of instant gratification. It reminds me of some of the quotes, like I said, from 2,000 years ago. Like this one, for example: "We suffer more in our imagination than we do in reality," and like that's absolutely true. I mean, progress, especially in a sport like golf, is small. It takes a while, to show improvement. I draw the equivalency of like weightlifting. Like you get when you're training in weightlifting, you get better fast, right? Or you get stronger fast. But then at some point it plateaus, and at that point you have to look for small, little, incremental improvement. And if you can just get, I forget what the number is, but it's 1% better, per day, and it's how many, when you do it over a course of a year, the improvement is dramatic. But you have to trust the process. Emotional strength, again, another philosopher quote: "Emotional strength is not loud; it's silent control, built in moments that no one sees." And whether that's sports, which we do a lot of sports psychology, or even relationships or personal growth, that is something that needs to be understood. Like I said, it's one thing to understand. It's one thing to hear, but it's a completely other thing to understand. I also see this too, but unfortunately, again, like I'm into my Stoic philosophy right now, but a lot of times when people start to struggle, they start to take the easy path. I recently had another player who was struggling a little bit, and I asked how much they've been working on it lately, and they like, well, I've gotten busy. And I'm like, well, do you want to be great? Oh yeah, I want to be great. I want to be great. Again, hearing you want to be great and doing things to be great. Look, what have you been doing? Instead of practicing what we've been talking about. And I went to the pool. I went to the beach. I went with my friends. And and like, I'm not against that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, but again, Marcus Aurelius, 2,000 years ago, almost 2,000 years. Guard your time. Every yes you give should be earned. I love that, right? Because like when Tom Brady does his videos on motivation, he said his friends were going to the beach. His friends were getting up late eating pancakes, Those things are all easy to do. His friends were, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's easy. Quitting is probably the easiest thing to do, like Kevin Hart says. Yeah, quitting is probably the easiest thing to do. But guess what? The people that get to the next level, right? They control, they master the reactions. That's it. And that's the title of today's podcast. They're mastering the reactions to adversity, right? They're mastering the reactions to what life brings forward. And that's huge. I mean, really, again, and this isn't Marcus Aurelius, but it's also another Stoic philosopher. It says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So I guess the point of today's, podcast is, basically mastering your emotions, mastering your reactions to something, to put yourself in a position to get to where you need to be, right? Don't let little failures get you down, folks. If you think everybody just wakes up tomorrow and successful, I actually used this at our first Rutgers team meeting the other day, talking about success. And I pointed to an imaginary map on a wall, and I'm like, okay, guys, like somebody tell me where success is located. And they all looked at each other. I'm like, yeah, success is not on a map. It's a destination, right? It's somewhere that you work along the way to get to. So yeah, that's in controlling your emotions, right? That's in your preparation. That's how you spend your time, right? All of those things are vital if you want to get to where you need to be. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. If you get a chance, go online, like look up Stoic quotes and Marcus Aurelius, and it's amazing that stuff from 2,000 years ago, how relevant it is today. Matter of fact, it's probably more relevant today than ever, because there's a lot in society, whatnot, especially with social media, and I realize I'm on social media, but people don't get it, right? If you want to get to the next level, there's certain things that you have to do. Anyway, thanks always for watching. Again, smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to get these numbers up to 1,000 subscribers. Getting there every day. And comment. I love the breakfast ball in the comment section. Eligible for a gift card. Still that merch button on the website too. Anyway, thanks for watching again this week, folks. I look forward to talking to you in the future. Right? And remember, guys, master your reactions. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Glass of bourbon, ha ha. My bourbon, ha ha. My bourbon, ha ha. Alcohol, because no great story ever started with, I'll have a salad.